Guess what?
What the hell was that?
I'm gonna make you watch Home Alone. Holiday Heist, bitch!
Can't be any more painful than this.
So, Jake, we just watched Home Alone, Holiday Heist.
Oh? Yes, we did.
Which, there hasn't been
Crab
a Home
Man.
Alone.
What?
Yeah, yes, Crab Man.
Yeah, but
There hasn't been a Home Alone for like 10 years.
10, yeah. Which, I mean, if you ask me, there hasn't been a Home Alone since 1999. When did the first two come out?
90 and 92.
Hasn't been a Home Alone since 92, so.
You haven't even watched the other two. You
I don't
say
count
that.
them.
I'm gonna make you watch them.
Alright, I'll have to see if I count them, but, I mean, Macaulay Culkin, and then I guess this is like one of those weird homages that, like, oh, what's a good example of what, you know, like, they make it kind of like the new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. It has nothing basically to do with the original things, but it's kind of like it. You know, it's like a rebranding.
Right.
It's not a continuation.
Let's talk about the family.
Okay, family.
Mom and Dad.
Mom, Dad. The dad almost kind of reminded me of the dad from Arrested Development, but a cheesier version. You know what I mean? Like, kind of the way he talks and is energetic, but, like, way too cheesy. Like, you know, Hallmark Cards version of that guy. The mom was your standard wide-eyed, overly nervous, like, you know, I got wrinkles, but they're part of my expression. It's kind of what you'd expect, I guess.
The kids.
The daughter looked like Carly, or what's her name?
I guess you could call her Carly.
Like,
My
yeah,
grand,
like Carly, like iCarly, like, you know, like
Yeah.
an older version. And the main kid, I don't know, he just always seemed like he was 3 or 4 years older than how he was acting. Like, he's kind of like, you know, like, hey, Ma, that's cool, wow. It looks like he... But then again, I don't know.
But he looked like he sucked out of 1997.
Pretty much. I mean, the hair and everything. You can see him right there. He looks almost like, what's the name of that female actress? Halle Berry?
It's all
No,
Blair.
not Halle Berry.
Halle Berry.
No, what's the name of the sort of the white girl who's always... Debbie Moore?
Drew Barrymore?
Drew Barrymore. Doesn't that look like Drew Barrymore?
It's all glare, just so you know.
Yeah, just sort of overly feminine 90s hairstyle kid who just, I don't know, I think he was the worst actor of all of them. Like, the lead character is just like, oh, obvious thing I'm saying, I'm supposed to be funky now. Like, freaking falling over his chair. Wait, I'm still watching this, playing a video game.
They did play up on modern kids, though. The daughter always had her face shoved in the phone.
Yeah, but it was in that cheesy way. It's kind of like, you know when things are sort of, modern things are referenced by things and it's like the people don't get it, or it's just overly generalized. I mean, but I guess it's sort of a balance between this is way too cheesy and at the same time he's playing the same game on his phone, which he is on his system, which I guess you can sort of do these days.
Not that good at graphics, though.
Oh, wait, but at least it was a handheld system. He wasn't playing it on his phone. He had, like, a PS Vista 4, whatever.
Yeah, whatever. Alright, the criminals. There was 3 of them.
Crabman.
Crabman, which you probably should explain.
So the guy who plays Crabman and My Name is Earl was one of them, and he's the reason to watch this movie. Because it's kind of like he was pretty much Crabman. Like, he's just, even his lines were written as like something kind of stupid. That's the way he says things that are kind of stupid but lovable. I mean, Crabman was always sort of like, you gotta put the lobster in the pot or else he'll cry. This guy was just sort of like, I gotta eat a cookie. It helps me when I'm nervous. It's just great to see him. He's a perfect role for this.
And the girl.
The girl was just whiny and strange. At first, you're sort of like, why is she even here? She's just here to cry about it. It was just, she was the cheesiest. And then the main guy, what's his name?
Malcolm McDonald.
What's his name? The actor.
That is his name.
Wait, the actor's name was Uncle McDonald?
Malcolm McDonald.
His name was Uncle McDonald.
Malcolm McDowell. Anyways, you probably know him from Clockwork Orange.
That's what he was in that? Wait, was he younger when he was in that?
Yeah.
Okay, like I know him only as an old guy. I didn't know he was the guy in Clockwork Orange. Uncle McDonald.
We will probably see him again if we watch the remake of Silent Night, Deadly Night.
Oh, he was in that?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's been in a lot of shitty movies lately.
That's true. But yeah, I mean, he was just he was just like, I'm the crime boss guy.
Yeah.
I mean, Crabman's the only villain to like.
We gotta talk about that scene, though. So, traps were going off. but the main guy wasn't being hit. He goes in the house and he gets hit with a bunch of white shit. I think it's milk in a mixture.
Yeah.
You gonna sneeze?
Almost. Yeah, so he gets hit with like a bunch of eggnog milk stuff.
It's
like,
clearly not him.
No, they do the
it's
thing
some
where
guy with no beard.
the guy who gets hit in the face, you see from the back, and then they come and his face is completely covered, but he doesn't even have a beard. And so he just walks like this off scene, and then next scene he's clean. You know?
Clean face, but he's got shit on his shirt.
Yeah,
there was also
like, you don't get any shit on my face unless you give me $50 million.
There was some terrible CGI.
Oh god, yeah. There was balls being flung at Crabman that just looked like a Windows screensaver. And then there was like snowballs being flung, which, you know, they weren't even going in the right direction.
Some were hitting, like, they obviously threw some fake snowballs at the car.
For that. But when they actually had to show the thing flinging them, that was just CG.
There was a severe lack of traps, I felt.
Well, I don't know. I mean, it was sort of the first half of the movie was build up, and then there was trap. There wasn't a lot of slow build up. See, the original movies, it would be like you'd know a trap was there, and then something would kind of happen, and then something would kind of, and then trap. And this one's just sort of like and trap. It's like now you're in the garage. Oh, trap. So it's just they didn't build them. I mean, they were clever, but they didn't hang on them for very long, and that made them sort of lose their magic.
There was also an internet gamer.
Internet gamer.
We like the internet gamer.
He was just like he was sort of like an internet gamer, like a friendly Hallmark card version. You know,
the kid was asking for help, and he thought he was talking about a video game. And then he's like, I can't find that game you're talking about.
He's like, I looked for it online. You know, and they made references like, oh, it's like a tower defense game. You know, there you go. And I can't remember what else they wrote.
And then he hacked the kid's account to find information and called the mom to warn him that stuff really was happening.
But he said it all wrong.
So he's like, oh, he's a pedophile that abducted the kids.
And then the SWAT team breaks right in because apparently you just go, hey, SWAT team, this guy abducted my kids, we think, but we're not home and don't really know. Just go ahead and send all your guys out to one guy's house who's playing video games, a Chinese food restaurant, who apparently wouldn't have a basement, even though he said he locked the girl in the basement because he doesn't own the Chinese food.
And he clearly lives nowhere near the state that they live in.
But, you know, whatever, you just call that in.
And then the SWAT sits down with him and watches it. Because they
end,
never really explained why he had a camera feed.
Yeah, well, apparently that was something he set up. I don't know. But, you know, crazy kid set up all sorts. He had a freaking heat-sensing camera, which was like a PS4 camera. Like,
I'd say a PS2.
PS2 camera. He used to have to catch his dad, so.
I laughed at the references to the old movies. Like, there's a whole montage where he's, I'm doing crazy stuff around the house. And then he shaves, and he does the aftershave, and he touches his face, and you think he's going to do the thing. Doesn't do it.
He doesn't. He's like, it's not too bad. He doesn't.
As well as
apparently he's not a baby bitch like Macaulay Culkin.
Whoa. He also put, he iced up the front, and they noticed it and didn't fall on it. But then the SWAT guys fell on it later.
And then, for some reason, the main SWAT guy's like, not again. I'm like, is that a reference to the SWAT guy? Did the cops maybe fell on the porch in the first movie?
It probably was 3 or 4.
Oh, okay. Well, then, fuck that. Who referenced?
But then again, why would it be not again? Because this is in Maine. We didn't even set up the fact the kid thought the house was haunted.
Oh, yeah.
That's why he was doing a lot of the traps in the beginning.
Yeah, but then he found out. It's not like the whole time he just eventually like, there's art thieves, because it was an old bootlegger, had a secret room. But there's only one secret room.
The sister was trapped in it.
Yeah, she was trapped. She almost read a book, but she didn't.
She did. She read it later.
Oh, yeah, she was part of it.
That's how she found about a painting that was stolen.
Oh, wait, are you serious? I didn't catch that. I thought she was just
That's how she knew what they were coming in.
That's why she was like, art thief. Like
that's why she had the picture later and was going to smash it, because she knew they wanted it.
Well, I thought she just thought of that while she was reading. She's like, wait, art thieves? There's a piece of art. Not like, in 1892, this picture went away. Oh. I thought she just came to...
I don't know if that was supposed to be a journal, but if it's a journal, he, like, had it typed up and professionally made it.
That wasn't a journal. It was War and Peace.
I don't know.
It was a book.
Yeah, whatever.
Anyway, so there was another reference. The lady was, because, you know, they all thought it was haunted. Even the criminals were starting to be like, oh, it's haunted. There's stuff just hitting us in the face. And so the lady criminal's going around to the window, and she goes, I ain't afraid of no ghosts.
Yep.
Bam.
And then she was.
Yeah.
She also looked like her hair was sticking up and her nose was red.
Oh, yeah, so she became Rudolph. And
we didn't think he was going to say it, then he's just Crabman's like, Rudolph.
It's just like, we were all thinking it, because they set it up for us to all
And then he became Santa Claus.
Yeah, he got freaking cotton thrown at him by a trash
when he drank glue.
Yeah, because he's just like, man, I need cookies when I'm nervous. And he's like, this was milk, obviously.
And they finally made a reference to the Home Alone face thing. Like, the painting that was stolen was made by the guy that made Scream. And
like
they...
this?
Which makes this cover make no sense because the kid doesn't do this.
Well, that's part of the. That's
doesn't do it.
Well, there you go. It's like one of those things. It's like you're waiting for it. It doesn't happen. Kind of like you buy an album and it's like it's called Freebird. Song Freebird's not on it.
It probably is.
Maybe. But yeah.
So, thumbs up or thumbs down.
Well, I didn't do that for the last movie.
Whatever. Did you recommend it? Would you watch it again? Is it a terrible movie?
It's not a terrible movie.
It doesn't have the magic of the first one.
You know how you just sometimes you're just watching TV. I don't know why you'd watch TV, but you're just watching TV. It's like close to Christmas. Maybe you had the day off and it's snowy and
it's just on TV.
It's just if it were on TV, just like a Hallmark Channel movie, it's fun because it's kind of like what am I trying to think of? Like when you buy a novelty item, like it looks like what's a good novelty item? Like it looks like
whoopee cushion.
Not really, but I'm thinking like something that looks like something you used to know and isn't really that thing, but sort of like, let's say you really like the Mario games. Woohoo! Mario games are fun. And then you're going somewhere and you see it's like it's a little Mario handheld game. It's like $3. It's like it has nothing to do with Mario, but it's got pictures of Mario on it, and it kind of makes you think of Mario. So this isn't really anything that was like what was great about Home Alone, but it's sort of a chintzy thing that's branded as it. And so it's sort of like, it's kind of comforting. It's like you eat Mario gummies. It's not like you eat that. It's like, wow, it's like I'm playing a video game. No, but you just like... So if you kind of like Home Alone and you want something a little bit like it... So, yeah, I mean, it's a novelty movie. So
okay.
There you go.
I thought it was okay.
Yeah.
I doubt I would watch it again.
But if it was on TV and you were really bored.
Probably.
Yeah.
I laughed.
You cried?
Almost.
If I look right here, it looks like the camera lens is
I almost cried because, there was a whole scene where he was talking with the gamer guy, and he talks about he doesn't go home for Christmas, and then the parents bought him tickets so he go home for Christmas. Like, oh no, these kids gonna have a great Christmas. But of course, you don't see anything. I thought they were gonna invite him to their house.
The painting that was in their basement was apparently worth $85 million. For a reward, they get 4 tickets to the museum. It's like, what the hell? I mean, and then they got $30,000 for capturing the criminals.
Still, that's chump change.
I mean, $85 million piece of art. Some dick's probably going to pay, at some art auction. He'll pay the money. Who gets that in a museum?
No, it's going to just go in the museum.
Well, someday a museum might sell it. Museum go out.
They should have a commission.
They should. They should at least be able to sell postcards of it at the house. This is the house.
I assume the fact that it goes to the museum, and museums don't really have money. Whoops.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
That is really... I mean, there could have been something, I guess. They could have been like, no, we bought the house. It came with the house.
Yeah, that's true. Right?
But it's stolen,
that's
so...
Yeah, but, I guess. I just, when $85 million is on the table, you kind of want some of it.
So basically, it doesn't have the magic of the first one.
No.
I don't think it's funny as the first one.
No.
I don't think the traps were as good as the first one.
No.
Not even as good as the second one.
And the 90s energy is faked. But...
Yep. It also is missing 3 key ingredients. I almost said Malcolm in the middle. Macaulay Culkin.
You just like milk.
Macaulay Culkin. Daniel Stern.
Daniel Stern, was he the other?
He's one of the bad guys.
Oh, the one with the crazy hair?
Yep.
He was the best.
And...
When he stepped on it... Okay, go ahead.
Joe Pesci.
Joe Pesci.
Joe Pesci.
Whenever he'd step on a nail, the other guy... What was the other guy's name?
Daniel Stern.
Daniel Stern. He'd just be like... Oh, it was the greatest.
Speaking of him, I might have to make you watch Bushwhacked.
Was he the lead role?
Yep.
I will watch that.
Anyways,
so thumbs up if it's on TV.
Yeah.
And Silent Night, Deadly Night was a thumbs up too.
It's worth a watch.
Yeah.